Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone today? So good, I hope. So good. I am so excited to play with some fodder ideas that I've had kind of swirling around in my head, and to work on my index card of the day and postcards and. Anyway, that's kind of where my head is at this morning. I hope you are feeling like you're ready to join. Good morning, Susan. Good morning. How are you? And how was Cape Cod this morning? I'm telling you, you got out of Dodge just in time. It's so dang hot. We're in the pool every day. Every day. It's so hot. So I took not all of them, but a bunch of the tulips that I've painted from the Nancy's Tulip Garden, and I want to zhuzh them up a little bit. So here's what the first step in my zhuzhing them up is that I painted them, remember, with this portfolio series of water-soluble oil pastels. Pretty darn fun, I have to say. Pretty fun. So I did a layer that I scribbled on with like straight on, and then I came in with a wet brush and kind of moved that color a little bit. You know, that's right up my alley. And then I went back over with straight pastels. So I had some water, some wet and some dry. I let each layer dry in between, and I'm loving that. I'm loving that. Good morning, Keels. Hey, Valerie. Anyway, so that was my first step, is that I applied color in that kind of way with the water-soluble oil pastels. You will see me using them a lot because I want to kind of acclimate myself with them again. It's been a long time since I played with oil pastels, and so I just bought this. These are by Crayola, by the way, and I think this was like $7 or something. So not horribly expensive at all. And did you know that Crayola is a Hallmark company? I did not. Anyway, that's what I did for my first set. Ooh, if you are brand new here, if you would like, follow, and subscribe to Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And please share. Please share if it's of interest to you. And for all things Ann artsy, like the Nancy's Tulip Garden, go to AnnCorbiereScottDesigns.com. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, okay, so I'm working on my index card a day. So let's just see if I can scooch that. Good morning, Peg. Can we just say how stunningly beautiful you looked at your daughter's wedding, Peg? You were just radiant. You were just radiant. Okay, so this, and you know, the bride was absolutely stunning. But I just want to say, the mother of the bride was awfully gorgeous. So here's what I did. First, so I can share these with you. So the first thing I did was I took all of these tulips that I had applied color to, and what I just said, where I like moved some color from the oil pastels when it was wet, and then I came back in and I deepened with straight oil pastels, and then I came in with my French text my French text stamp from Unity, from the Good Tidings to You stamp set. I use this stamp like nobody's business. So now and then I fussy cut it. So I have some ideas of like other things I kind of want to do. So let's start to play. Everybody make sure you have a drink. Okay, so I painted my background with just watercolors this morning. Let me move that. It's taking up valuable real estate. So I just did stripes with different size brushes. And then I just took a paper towel and I kind of slid it down because isn't that kind of cool? I thought that was kind of cool. So then I have this gorgeous posy that I want to get on here. And then I remember I have these, I have a whole bunch of these stamps that I wanted to kind of fiddle around with building a assemblage down here. But then in my I love stamps. Can I just talk about how much I love stamps? I love stamps so much. When we were going, my dad and I were going through a bunch of cards like that my mom had saved for years and years, and we read all the loving messages, and then I started, if it was in an envelope with a stamp, I ripped off the stamp and I looked for security envelopes. And my dad's like, "What are you doing?" And I go, "Dad, I can make art with this." So look, I have this in this stack of stamps. I love a canceled stamp because it always has all of that cool, this is one from Tessa. Anybody recognize how it's from Tessa? All those gorgeous stamps. All those gorgeous stamps. She's the queen of that. I love that. I love that. And so I save all of those. But I have this one from our cousin from England, and it is not canceled at all. And it has Queen Elizabeth on, and you can tell because it says USA, so it's probably from Jeff's auntie. So I'm going to, I don't know if I want to peel it, or if I just want to cut around it, maybe. I really want this one in my artsy assemblage because it's unusual, and it's that same blue. Stop it. Don't you love it? Don't you love it? So I have a couple of things, right? So I have some funky stamps, and I have my flower that I've stamped, but then I'm also thinking let's do a little bit of pen work, and let's see if gel pens will, if I can get them to kind of react or lay down some color on. So I'm thinking, what about a little bit of stippling and some mark making? It seems to be doing okay on that waxy oil pastel. It seems to be okay. Although this is funny, it kind of removed color over here, so the stripes are white. Can you see that? Interesting. Let's see if you can see that. There, you can see. Like it started out black and it went white because I'm kind of scraping color off. So let's see if that happens here too. Yep. That's kind of cool. I need to wipe it off every now and again. I just like to have like as much kind of going on, like to enhance the base creation. Let's get some more, prime that pen again. I do love gel pens, and can I tell you, I kind of avoided them like the plague for the longest. And then I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I saw somebody else use them for mark making, and then I was like, yep, I could do that. And you know how you take somebody else's technique and then you kind of make it your own. We don't ever, Orange. The index card a day prompt is orange. And so I love this artist named Zach Bryan. And he has a song called Something in the Orange. And so that's going to be my lettering on the cover, on the, on my index card. This one's going to have lots to write on the back. Remember I was talking about, I like to, so here are my index cards so far. And on the back side, I write what number it was and what the prompt was, and then the technique. So this is a packing tape snippet roll, just a mixed media medley is what I wrote here, because that's what potpourri is, a miscellaneous collection, and this is certainly a miscellaneous collection. And we did these at the retreat where we just took bits and bobs of artsy papers that we were creating, and these stamps, I believe, were from two people brought funky stamps, Tammy and Susan. And so I still have some of those stamps. You know, I love me some stamps. And obviously, guess what? My artsy pals do too. Anyway, so then on the back side, I wrote like so this was a jelly print that had lots of layers and some hand lettering. This is the owl that I did. Remember we had talked about those loops, like kind of loops of, I think I wrote it back here. Yeah. Fuzzy cutting loops. And then, and that's kind of a trend right now. And I did all of his body feathers with all different security envelopes, right? So I have all different, there's the tree with my mom's poem, gradient, you get the idea, right? So in the end, when I'm done with all of them, I'm going to punch holes in them and then have them on a ring, and then I have all of these techniques to just kind of take with me wherever I go, whatever I do. Let's see. I'm really liking this. I love this. I love this swipey. I'm feeling like, what if we ground the flower, we give it someplace to land. And I think I want to use this, the Roy G. Biv washi tape, because it's all about orange, and so I thought, oh, perfect, 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 perfect. So let's get that down, trim off the excess. And then I think let's really burnish this in. I love that when it gets burnished in and then it feels like it's just kind of part of the base. That makes me all kinds of happy. So I went and ordered new glasses yesterday. I should have ordered new glasses like a million years ago after my cataract surgery, but I didn't. You know, my life was a little topsy-turvy. And so I did it yesterday and I can hardly wait. If you're a glasses wearer, you understand how exciting New Glasses Day is. I don't know if I love that. Feels kind of stark, one thing over the other. I wonder if we, I have my ink tents right here. what if yeah, I was thinking, I don't know, something Keels. If I do some colored pencil right here on the edge, that kind of softens the edge, for lack of a better word. That torn edge, I really want it to kind of just become, I wonder if we just do kind of color randomly, and then I move that color around just a little bit with a wet brush. Oh, I'm liking that better. It doesn't feel so stark, you know? So a third stamp. Well, let's look. So, and then I want to do something in the orange right here, my lettering. Everybody take a drink. And they're so I took some old frames. So if you know me, you know I love Ray-Bans. I love them. I have so many pairs of Ray-Bans with defunct prescriptions now, right? But let's see. Oh, what about this guy? That might be good. So I took old frames in to see if they could just put new lenses in my old frames, and they were like, well, sometimes that you run the risk of like this frame's not being strong enough and blah blah blah. And I was like, I don't know, are they just trying to get me to buy stupid new frames? But I just loved these old black Ray-Ban frames I had, and I brought 2 of the 4 pairs of those glasses that I have, and of the same frames, and let's put that down. Anyway, let's do the big one. They could order me new glasses with those old frames that they didn't have in stock at the store, but they could order them from Ray-Ban. I was so happy. I was so happy. So I'm using my art glitter glue. I love it because you do have a little bit of wiggle room, but you also, like once it's down, it's down. And you can get this needle nose applicator, which I love, love, love. Okay, I kind of like the idea of it kind of bending to this side. That's making me happy. And now I need to think about where I want to put my stamps. If I want to put them down here. I kind of like the idea of them, look, I like the idea of them down here because it would be more anchoring, but then I kind of like this blue up by this blue, you know? Thinking about it. What do you guys think? Kind of like that. I don't want it to look so in the middle though. I kind of want it like heavy on this side. Oh, you know what? I have those 2 little pieces. Remember last week I did these? Let's cut those out. And I have some artsy papers here that I could cut little bits and pieces out of. Yep. That's making me happy. Oh, so I read this thing, and I know it's going to seem a little woo-woo, but you know I am still adjusting to the fact that my mom isn't here anymore. Good thinking, Peg. That's right. We are resourceful, are we not? Artists are resourceful. Okay, so I saw this thing, and I've spoken a little bit about like different little signs that I've seen. Like I remember I saw the red bird, and it didn't like click in my mind that it was a cardinal when I was at Lady Bird Johnson's. I think I like this little trio. Then maybe something dark needs to happen over here to kind of balance that out. Or maybe these guys down. I don't know. Maybe this guy's just too dark. Maybe I need to find something blue again. Let's see, what do we have? Look at all these blues. And they're all stamped. I love that, I love that. What else do I have in here? So many stamps. I just love them. You think I should cut them? Oh, here's another Tessa. Here's another Tessa. No, this is not. This was from... I'm trying to think who this one was from. But look at him. Just look at him. And there's a Michigan right there. A 3-cent Michigan stamp. Let's use that guy. Let's see. I was looking at that butterfly. I was looking at that, but well, I think I might have a couple of butterflies actually. Were you talking about these butterflies? Or this butterfly? This butterfly came from Debbie Pack. And it's a, I think it might be from a piece of Tim Holtz art. I'm not sure. Let's trim that up. We'll have all the things. Oh, so anyway, back to the... I told you, I'm just kind of still making sense out of something that will never make sense. Do you know what I mean? Which one? The purple ones or this one, Nancy? The dictionary looking one or the purples? So anyway, you know when something so a lot of mornings when I go for my little walk, I find pennies along the way, and I always pick them up because you know, this one. Yeah. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, so these guys are gonna move. I don't know that I love that collection. I like the 3 stamps, I just don't like the way that I've kind of assembled them. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Kind of like this, because it kind of brrr, right? Anybody have any suggestions? What if I have this guy over here? These. I like things when they're touching. And I like them when they're like, do you remember we've talked about when you're building an assemblage, this, right? I do kind of like this guy. Oh, let's just put it down, or I will go back and forth and back and forth. So anyway, I've been noticing that I find pennies along my walk. And I pick them up because that's what you do, right? When you find a penny. Anyway, then this thing came on my Instagram as I was scrolling. You know, I like, you know, I told you I'm kind of a hippie girl, and so I am always looking for little meaningful things, you know. So dig this. So this thing pops up on my Instagram. It's a whole list of ways that loved ones you've lost come back to see you, and what those things, what you see, what the meanings are behind them. I know, but remember where I'm at. So the first one on the list was pennies, and it says, those are reminders of encouragement. And I'm telling you, it's when I'm on my walk, and my mother would absolutely encourage me to continue walking, right? The next one was feathers, and those represent guardianship. And I find feathers in our pool all the time. And then dreams, and we've all had that, I'm sure, where you dream. Yes, pennies from heaven. Absolutely, Lynn. Where you dream of that person. And I dreamed, oddly, not very long ago, about my mom and my her mom. So that was weird. Anyway, let me see, what are the other ones? Familiar scents are compassion and love. And we've all been there, right? Where you smell something and it reminds you of that person. Whether it's like a food or a perfume or whatever. Artifacts found means learn about me. And I will say that has held true. My mom, oh my God, you guys, I love it so much. I love it so much. I love it, love it, love it. Something in the orange. So I think I'm going to hold off on that part. The lettering part. Let's stop it right now. I think today, so I'm like one day behind in my index card today, so I'll catch up today. And I think today's is roller coaster, and not roller coaster, excuse me, Ferris wheel. And I have a big idea for Ferris wheel. So set that aside. Now I have these flowers to fiddle with. So I've been thinking. So I stamped on all of these, right? And I don't want to fussy cut until I've kind of finished with whatever my next ideas are. This one, I feel like I want to do something in these circles but I don't know exactly what I want to do. I thought about putting color in there. I thought about leaving them white. I like that there's a little bit of stamp in there. Maybe I'll just leave that one as is. I did think about like maybe some colored pencil, but you know what, these, because I did, that's not really working because these are oil pastel. Oh, just a little bit there. There we go. Yeah, I'm digging that. And, where's my, it's right here, somewhere in this pile. My black, there we go. Let's do the mark making in the, in those little, sketchy lines. Kind of, I love that effect. Oh, let me finish the list. Okay, if the lights flicker, that means I need your attention. Your loved one who's passed needs your attention. I don't know about that. That feels a little bit, if your pets are staring at you, that means support. If your song plays, that means you got this. And lost, now found, that means you're welcome. I found it on Instagram. It kind of found me, which is, you know, crazy, isn't it? I mean, some of that stuff happens just because it's social media and it all, you know how that goes. Let's see. Oh, this is showing up. All right. Love it. I just love taking them up a notch, taking things to the next level, you know. Let's see if I go straight up and down, if I get more of a some over here. Peg, I'm telling you, everything about you at that wedding was stunning. Your gorgeous hair, your beautiful dress, your sparkly eyes, the whole kit and caboodle. So I went for, you know, if I have this little window to go for a walk in the morning because it is so hot. And this morning I made it because Jeff had to take an early flight out of here, so the whole house was up. So I was like, as soon as he leaves, I'm going. I'm getting my shoes and socks on and I'm going. And I did, and I was so happy. But can I tell you, I just got this Apple Watch. I think I talked to you guys about it. And can I tell you, I couldn't figure, so one of the most intriguing things to me is closing the rings, right? Closing the rings, like you have a movement one, an exercise one, and a standing one, which is a little bit weird, but because I haven't figured out how that exactly tracks, whatever. Anyway, the exercise one, I could not figure it out for nobody's business. Like, I would go for a 30-minute walk, and I'm telling you, it would say I exercised for 1 minute. I was like, what in the world am I, what is wrong? Anyway, I kept playing with it. Nothing. Then I finally figured it out that there's another setting called fitness, I just love a walk. I just love a walk. You know what? I think of ideas for here. I think of, I kind of like just listen to music and just kind of lose myself in the music. You know, and you get to know your environment. You see your neighbors' yards and, oh, look at they planted this plant, or, oh, look at they have a new bench, or there's that lady that walks her dog, or, you know, all those things. I love all of that. This morning's hit parade, I will just tell you, was America. I listened to America's Greatest Hits, and I love that band. I love that band. And when I was at Keely's house, she has this gorgeous painting in her bathroom upstairs, and it has the lyrics to, just a sec, I'll remember. Keels, help me out. And I really kind of like going for walks by myself for the most part, because I like to just get lost in, you know, lost in my own thoughts and all of that. Yes, Pegs, that's it. And so Oz never did give nothing to the Tin Man that he didn't already have. And isn't that the truth in all of our lives? But the song that was, I kept thinking about Tin Man, Tin Man. I kept thinking tin, and all I kept thinking was, One Tin Soldier Rides Away. Do you remember that song? Ay. Let's, while I ponder this for a little minute, let's do our comfort book. Let's see. Billy Jack. I know, I'm telling you, I just loved that movie. I loved that song. Me and my cousins had a whole routine to that song. Liz and Pat and Deb and I, oh, it was something. It was something else, I'm just going to tell you. The future is open. You don't need to know the future to be hopeful. You just need to embrace the concept of possibilities. To accept that the unknowability of the future is the key, and that there are versions of the future that are brighter and fairer than the present. The future is open. Come on. That was a good one, wasn't it? That was really good. I have this, look at this jelly print. Is it just the most gorgeous? So I want to put it on a postcard, I think. Now I have that One Tin Soldier in my head. Anybody else? Let's see. Do. I was at Carmen's the other morning, and when we got back to her house, Rusty had gone to Costco and he had gotten some Rainier cherries, and so I ate a couple at her house, and then I just got I went to Sprouts yesterday to get some because they're so delicious. So do we want this to be a postcard front, or do we want it to be an index card? I think a postcard, because we've already done index card to a degree, right? Just look at how pretty it is. Let's see. Oh. What do you think, you guys? That's kind of pretty. What else do I have in this stack? That's kind of pretty. I don't know. I'm going to glue this to the postcard base. And then I'll kind of build from there. Me too, Keels, and it was like a, don't ever throw away any of those jelly prints that, like, maybe you don't love it, maybe it feels like it's not the right size. Look at it, was just like one of those stamp off papers, and or roll off, because it looks like I rolled my brayer on there, doesn't it? Trim off those little bits. Guys, loving that. Loving it, loving it, loving it. I just had that piece just sitting here, calling my name. Everybody take a drink. This one seems I've already done some pen work on. And then I stamped it. Let's see what it looks like when we fussy cut. Have a terrific Tuesday, Miss Valerie, and I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Stitch Along. And remember, the whole month of June, we are stitching my Star Spangled collection from Adorn It. And I've put the links as much as possible. I will put them again. I like ease of finding those kinds of things. Oh, another thing that I saw. So I have this friend, Donnell. She hails from Nebraska. And I met her when I worked. Yeah, I know, Keels. I know. I don't have any control over any of that. I'll see what I can do today. Anyway, so I met her when I worked at Scraps of Love for a very short period of time. Anyway, you know when you meet somebody and you just kind of hit it off? She and I just kind of hit it off, and we follow each other on social media, and she likes to travel a lot, so I live vicariously through her travels, and but she's a big positive thinker, and I just, oh my gosh, look at that. Kind of digging that, but I'm feeling like it needs something. I don't know. Anyway, she posts positive things all the time, and we kind of have a similar outlook on life. But dig this. So she had this thing that she reposted from somebody else, and I don't remember who it was, but I'll try and repost it too. Things to quit in June. Obsessing over things you can't control. Ring a bell? Negative self-talk. Isolating yourself. Allowing your fear to control you. Being so hard on yourself. Worrying what others think of you. People-pleasing. Living in the past. Comparing yourself to others. Spreading yourself too thin. Hiding how you feel. And holding yourself back. You guys, that was good, wasn't it? And it's just a nice reminder, I thought, of, you know, that one's kind of nice. Of things that we all need to think about, you know. I think I want to put some stamps on this one too. What's this one? Cappuccino. Oh, and I had this little funky piece of, you know. I save it all. Ask Jeff. He'll attest to that. Mary Cassatt. What about, well, about one of these, because this is kind of bright. What about one of these butterflies that are completely not canceled because they're non-machinable? They're non-machinable stamps. So they wouldn't be canceled, would they? Trim off yellow. Kind of digging that. What would it look like if this was down here and this was up here? Let's see. What do we have here? This bubble, toil and trouble. That might be pretty on here. So what if I put this down? I kind of like it up a little bit so you can really see the diagonalness of it all. Yes. And then maybe that. Do we want this under or over the flower? I think I might want it over. So I hope you will be nice to yourself in June. That's for sure. Scoot over just a little bit. Let's see what happens if I do a little bit of this. kind of like it when it has like a torn edge like that. That's making me happy. And we're gonna smush that in. Oh, I like that. Or do I want that up here? What do you think of that? Like a butterfly flying in the sky. So I could think of something else for down here. Let's trim off this. It's still a little bit wet. Well, I'm kind of at a standstill, you guys. So I think I'm going to cut it just a couple minutes short this morning. I will see you tomorrow morning. And I totally get it, Peg. I totally get it. So I will see you tomorrow morning during Stitch Along on Stitch Along with Anne. I adore you all. Thank you so much. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.